Hey YouTubers, thank you for joining me again today on this next update of the podcast. This one is all about the activation of the Lionsgate portal and setting your aura on flame or aflame. I'm really excited to talk about this one, so shout out to you guys first, and then we're going to get rolling with the podcast. And welcome everyone to the Ginette Biro Podcast. I'm Ginette Biro, and today we have an update from the 3 Guides of the Light, and this one is about the Lionsgate portal and also setting your aura aflame. I was pretty excited when they showed me that, so I am thrilled to be able to share this with you guys. So it's really about fanning the flame of personal spiritual power. And it's neat that we just recently talked about the different types of light workers. So if you guys go back to that podcast just before this one, we talked about the types of light workers. So everybody has a role in it. Everyone has a role, from the gatekeepers to the healers to the anchors and everything in between, the seers, the way showers, all those things. Everyone has a role. And so everything is really being heightened in this Leo season right now. So for those of you that are joining the first time, I am so grateful that you're joining, first of all. And a little bit about me: I'm a medium, I'm a channeler. I don't really know what else to call myself, but I speak to lots of different kinds of beings and spirits on the other side, and can kind of see different dimensions and gain access to stuff. And so my goal after my NDE, which I had last year, when they asked if I wanted to come back, I said I did, and I had a willingness to show up and share and just give what I get without fearing judgment, without anything, just being here and being in purpose, right? So that's what I'm doing. So that being said, we have entered this amazingly beautiful spiritual time right now, which is the Lionsgate portal. And this is a time of high vibrational frequency and cosmic energy on Earth. So there's this portal that is opened, and I saw it open, and it's bringing in these massive amounts of energy. And I kind of said to a friend of mine, I said it's like a Red Bull of energy, right? So it's like spiritual Red Bull. And there is an alignment of the Earth, Gaia as she's called, and the star Sirius. And this allows energies to flow more freely between Earth and what is often called our spiritual sun, or Sirius. Sirius star is our spiritual sun. And so this portal opens each year on July 26th and closes August 12th, with the peak of it being on August 8th, which is an 8-8 because it's August 8th in the 8th month, August being the 8th. And so that's the peak of it. And 8 is a really powerful spiritual number, representing our soul's infinity and this cycle of like ins and outs and constant cycles of death and birth and light and dark and transmutation, really. And so it's really about this earthly abundance, and this portal is in the sign of Leo, and Leo represents fire and strength. So it's a powerful time. And this year's gateway is particularly powerful, and I've been feeling this brewing of it since 2018 for this particular year, although I didn't understand that it was going to lead to this particular time as I'd been journaling over the last 2 years, until the last couple of weeks is when it finally started to make sense. These crazy random things I would see have been falling into place for this time now. And so energies have been aligning throughout the year, especially this year, to clean out negative energy from our planet and open up Earth for greater love, compassion, and peace and abundance. And as I tuned into the 3 Guides of the Light that we've been talking to, this was the message that they had for us. And so they said, the Lionsgate portal represents a time of transformation. Each of you is being deeply and personally guided during this really important ascension time on your planet. And now is the time for transmutation, the alchemy of all old and negative things, that change. And alchemy really is a change of one, we could talk about it in like metal compounds, but one way of being into another, transforming it into something different. And so it's this changing of all the old and negative things into new and positive things to align with this new timeline, because like we said a couple podcasts ago, they were talking about the two different timelines on our planet and how we had a third dimensional timeline and a fifth dimensional timeline, and they were trying to merge, right? Because the third has to depart so the fifth can take over. And so some of you are jumping in and out of those two different timelines and having deja vu and stuff. So as we are moving through this alchemy and this transmutation, they were saying, we've encouraged you to use this strange time of 2020 on our planet for going within. We've encouraged you to dive into the waterfall and allow old karma to be brought to the surface and released. And so for those of you that haven't heard, several podcasts back, I believe it was more in the spring, the Guides of the Light were talking often about this waterfall reference and diving off of the waterfall. And you could either dive yourself or eventually you would be pushed off the waterfall. And although it was scary to free fall, when you land in the turbulent waters below, what that turbulence does is it brings out the things that you need to see within you so that you can shift and transform them. And you are divinely guided, because I know when I went off the waterfall, it was very turbulent at the bottom, but when I surfaced, metaphorically, when I surfaced, I saw that all the guides were standing around and were there to, pull me out if needed, but that they believed that I could do it. And then they brought me after that, after I got to the edge of it and feeling exhausted and depleted, they brought me to that fire, that central fire. And so I could warm and just wrap my mind around all of the things that came up for me to clear out. And so that's what I've been doing the last little while, which has been very releasing within me. And so again, they've encouraged us to go over this waterfall, and they said, please be willing to go yourself. It's going to be a much better entry into the water if you don't have to be pushed, right? And so Leo is a sign of fire. And it really is a perfect time to burn off that which you no longer need in your aura. And so if, like they said, if anyone hasn't gone over the waterfall, the fire of this sign will push people to the edge to help them do their personal work. And so the way that they showed it to me was kind of like the fire was gathering, getting to almost like a shoreline, and it would push anything into the water, because obviously if metaphorically, but if fire's burning and you're getting to the shore, you're going to have to get in the water, right? So what it's doing is, for those that haven't gone over the waterfall, it is coming to the point where it's pushing them over the waterfall. And this is a good thing, though, to do their personal work, because everyone needs to transmute and transform things, whether it's ancestral lineage, whether it's this time events or limitations or personal beliefs that are outdated or ways of being that just don't apply anymore. It's about releasing them. And so they're saying, please do it on your own. We are here to help you as your personal guides. They continue to say that we are deeply involved in the ascension work on your planet, as are the angels and the angelic realm. And we are supporting and facilitating the changes to enable growth for you on your planet. This is a time to embrace the energy of the sun. Drink in the sun's light. Spend every moment you can outside to drink that in. Your nourishment will come from the sun. And in a sense, they said, be grateful for the sunburn. Now, I'm not condoning go get sunburns and, skin cancer risks and all that stuff. That's not what I'm getting at. But what they were saying was, as the sun fills you, if it gets to the point of almost a sunburn, it's like that's the maximum that you could take in, that your cells could take in. So if you do get a little bit sunburned, just be grateful that you filled your cells, your physical body cells, as much as you could with the sunlight. It needs to, in essence, again, metaphorically, burn to nourish and burn away the old psychic layers. And so what they're kind of talking about more is the aura here. And as we are surfacing stuff and moving through that waterfall and bringing it up to the surface, it then rids itself from being locked in our cellular structure of our bodies and moves out into our aura. But if we don't release it from the auric layers, then it gets stuck there, and then it can densify again and re-cement itself in our being. So this sunlight is kind of like helping to burn it out of the aura. The things that have come out, it'll burn it out and burn it away, especially if you add the visualization to it. So you can make your experience from the sun simply being in the sun, or you can make it very sacred, and you could do it for a minute in that sacredness or intent, or you could make it span a whole afternoon. It's totally up to you, but again, it's putting that consciousness behind what you're doing. And they said, if you're able, sleep and rest under the light of the moon. Your deep spiritual rest and replenishment will come from the moonlight. So your nourishment and energy will come from the sun, and the rest and replenishment will come from the moon. And so it's this beautiful play between the sun and the moon right now, especially as we're approaching a full moon on August 3rd, right? So the moon is getting brighter and brighter to give us more of that deeper rest and replenishment. And so doing things in this Leo fire season to fuel your personal fire and build yourself up with the actions, activities, foods, thoughts that make you feel in line with who you are. And these are all going to help fan that flame, that personal flame within you. And even if you can't explain it, do the things that make you feel your personal power and feel truly alive. That's what's so important. Find the pieces that make you feel alive. Like for me, I often say it's dancing. If I dance, I feel alive. I could just dance. I was talking to a friend about this yesterday. I could just simply dance if I wanted to and do the moves. Or I could embody the energy and allow it to move me. Same movements, but totally different intent and energy behind it. So I encourage you guys to find the things that make you feel that personal power and make you feel alive, and embrace it. And again, if anything comes up as a negative trigger, it's simply something you need to reassess and let go and let burn away. So sometimes when we have negative things come up, it kind of triggers us and we want to run and we're a little afraid of it. But the idea, and again, always the invitation from Spirit, is to look at it head on and see what it has to tell you, because it has a message. That's why it's coming up. There is a message. And once you receive the message, then you get to decide what you want to do about it. And that's the amazing part, because that's where free will comes in. You get to choose what you do about it. And so let it burn away. Let it come out from you and let it burn away, and allow the sun to be that sacred, divine, nourishing light. It's just powerful, magical. And so for the next 2 weeks, it's like your auric fields are on fire. So again, anything you want to release, let go, or release it into your aura, let it burn away. Let go of what isn't wanted in your field. Let it just burn away. Let the heat burn it away, and you can cool it with the water element. And so there's this really neat play right now. Again, they were telling me this yesterday too. There's this really amazing play between I guess I could call it like the fire guardians and the water guardians, meaning the fire element and the earth element. And it's kind of like fire and water are meeting. And so the earth piece in between, which is us, is having to kind of transmute and burn away any remaining things. So this meeting of fire and water, these two opposing polarities, is just amazing, because together they can transform. And so this energy right now moving through this Lionsgate portal is very positive. It's very positive. The energy that we had in the Cancer season just this month before under Cancer, the sign of Cancer, was much more tumultuous for some people, and deep and dark and revealing and surfacing. And so now we're in a time in this fire sign of like quick change, quick action, quick awareness, which means also quick burning away of. So it's very positive, it's passion-filled, it's personal power-based. And so it's really, the idea is like, they said, set your aura aflame, fan the flame of personal spiritual power. Your soul is growing and you are part of the ascension of this planet. And so that's really what they want you to embody, or they're inviting you to embody, because again, the choice is always yours. So like the huge emphasis that I'm feeling in all of this is find joy. Even last night, that's right, thank you. Last night they were saying, all throughout my dreams and stuff, no matter what the dreams were, because I've been dreaming really vividly the last while, but no matter what the dreams were, they kept saying, choose to see it through peace, love, and joy. If you choose to see anything and everything that occurs through peace, love, and joy, you get to choose how you transmute it. And that was this like huge safety blanket, this like security or sanctuary of this platform, that I got to choose to sit on this platform of peace, love, and joy, so that no matter what would surface in my dreams, it didn't have to affect me. I could choose to just be me in my personal power, my personal spiritual journey, and simply be. And that was awesome, right? It was really empowering and energizing. So I encourage you guys to do that. Embody the energy of joy. It's powerful. It doesn't mean crazy, blissful, high vibe, high energetic joy that really isn't sustainable for the human body, but it's this like peaceful undercurrent within the heart space of like, everything is okay. This is good. And these things that are happening for a purpose. And these things that are coming up for me are coming up so I can choose what I want to do with them now. They don't have to have a power over me. And if you're in a state already of joy and bliss and you've gone through a bunch of stuff, embrace your joy and bliss right now. Embody it. Filter it and push it through into your aura so that you completely and utterly cleanse your aura with joy. It's amazing. So I'll leave you guys with that. I wish you guys a wonderful Leo gateway, Lionsgate portal gateway experience. And I thank you all so much for listening. And for those of you that haven't already checked out the YouTube page, please do, because if you subscribe, once I get to 500 subscribers, I will be giving away 2 free readings. So 1 to 2 people will get 1 reading each, okay? And I look forward to giving that to you guys as a gift of gratitude. And, you know, as we get up to the 1,000 subscriber mark, I will do something even greater. So thank you so much for your support, for listening to the podcast. Also, I want to invite you guys that if you have topics you really want to know about, and it's something that I can either research or I can channel or provide information on, please do reach out either on Facebook through Avalon Spirit, which is our page, or even Ginette Biro Medium on Facebook and on Instagram. You can message me there. And so I wish you guys a wonderful week and weekend. Going into the long weekend, may you be filled with light and love and peace and harmony. We'll chat soon.